What's up, Soul Tribe? Welcome back to another video with me. I have a very special guest here. It's the one and only Living the Dream.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How you doing?
So what we wanted to talk to you guys about today was a little bit more on how to know if you're on the right path in life using signs and synchronicities. So there's a few things that I've realized on my spiritual journey that have led me to know what my path and what my purpose were here in life that has gotten me to where I am today. And we're just gonna let you know a few tips here. So the first tip is signs that defy the odds. So basically, in my experience, signs that I've had that I have no explanation for is kind of connected to my path with my sister. For those of you that don't know, I did have a sister who had a very tragic passing, and it kind of has pushed me to a very spiritual journey with you guys. So I believe like everything has a reason in life, and some signs that I've received that there's just no explanation for is, for example, like I went to a healer one time and she was actually a medium. So that same morning that I went to go see her, basically I always sleep with the lights off, but I woke up and my lamp was on, and that's just something that I had no explanation for. So it kind of led me to know that I'm not alone and that my sister is still with me. And when I went to go see the healer, she actually brought it up. She let me know that my sister was sending me a sign, and she woke up with me that day. She let me know that she's very powerful and that she turned on the light in my room.
And I feel like that's what sparks a lot of spiritual awakening is people on their journey, is they ask that question, like, why did this happen to me? Because like usually like the dark night of the soul, as you guys know, like something traumatic that happens in our lives that makes us question our reality, question life in general. And we start asking these questions and kind of surrendering to the universe and start to listen. That's when we kind of like tap into like these signs and the divine like messages that come across to us, you know what I mean? So I feel like as that happened to you, and like you were probably at a darker place in your life where you kind of needed answers and you needed like, you know, some kind of message, and that was your way of tapping in right there, starting your awakening. So that's what's really cool about like the whole journey and things like that, is when we start to ask why.
100%. Definitely, like everybody has their own path through their spiritual awakening. Some are harder than others, but it's always a place for growth. And when you're going through a growing process, there's going to be a lot of signs that come up for you guys, and sometimes you have to like look back. You have to like look back at it,
connect the dots and stuff like that.
Exactly.
For sure.
Connecting the dots, and then not question the things that you can't explain, because we tend to use our logical mind. We tend to try to rationalize things. And
I feel like a lot of us too, like well, not a lot of us, but like when you play that victim role, like, oh, my life sucks, like, you know, like I always get the bad part of life and things like that. I feel like when you do that, that's when like you're not like being open to why the things are happening, because nothing happens by accident. Like, you know, like everything I feel happens for a reason. So when you can like look at those experiences in your life and start to connect the dots and add it up, then you can kind of make sense of everything that gets you to the place where you want to be, or like where you're trying to go at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a big part of the awakening process, is just being able to look back and understand, like, you know, like connect everything together, why it happened, because there's signs in like everything, the people you meet, the places you go, like everything.
Yeah, especially like when you're looking back at a situation and you can't really understand why things happened the way they did, or maybe if something really amazing happened to you, then you can also look back at this and then see what kind of has led you to that position, like what has helped you get you to where you are, and then just doing it over again. So you can always use this point of view to kind of help you stay in your path, stay in your purpose, and be more awake, be more aware of all the different signs that come across to you. Like, it's not just numbers, it also can come in forms of animals, birds,
people,
electronics,
like anything. Like even how we met, like literally your vibe attracts your tribe. Like, so we met through literally YouTube. She's told me one day, she reached out on Instagram and said she seen one of my videos pop up on YouTube, my third eye video, I believe it was. And like that's how we connected. I met a new spiritual friend. Like I don't really have much spiritual friends where I could talk to about awakening, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know that on your journey it's hard to talk to friends and family because they don't really understand that spiritual knowledge. So if it just shows like certain signs that you're on the right path, your vibration, your energy will attract the right people into your life, all that kind of stuff that'll really add up and make sense and like encourage you to keep going down that path, keep going down that journey. Like I used to see signs all the time, like 111 were my numbers, like all day I kept seeing it. Like it'd be on license plate, receipts, like anything I pick up, 111. My phone would go off, 111. Like, so those are some of the signs that you'll see, like literally numbers. You'll meet people. If you think it's a sign, it's a sign. You know what I'm saying? Like literally.
And something that really crazy happened today was basically we planned to do this video for you guys today, and this is something that just happened out of nowhere, something that kind of defies the odds. Is like you're meeting today with this guy you were on the nature walk.
Yeah, exactly. So crazy. So I'm gonna share that story with you guys right now. So today I was on a nature walk, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I go like bare feet. I'll walk in nature bare feet to try to ground myself and things like that. So this time I was wearing my shoes. And as I just get in the trail, there's this like elderly man. He was probably like in his 60s or whatever. And he's walking bare feet. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I like what you're doing, brother. I'm like, I'm going to do the same thing. So I take off my socks, take off my shoes. And he's like, yeah, you got to get grounded because the rubber stops the electricity, the flow. You know what I mean? You need that to charge your body, charge your soul. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. I'm like, you're spiritual. He's like, yes. He's like, follow the sun. And then literally it went from that to like a whole bunch of different spiritual topics. We were talking about ancient Egypt and the Atlanteans and stuff like that. And that right there was a sign from the universe. Like I didn't cross paths with that guy for no reason at that same time. Like, and he actually became a friend of mine now. We exchanged numbers, and he has a lot I'm sure he could teach me, and I'd love to hear from him and learn from him. So it's just cool. Things like that. Whenever you're keeping your eye open and your mind open, the universe will appear for you. It'll show you the signs for sure.
Yeah, and I don't believe that it's coincidental that today out of all days, like you would have that experience. So that's something that you can always look out for. Things that just things that are not actually coincidences that you can look back on and realize like there was actually a higher purpose for this, a higher meaning. So
exactly.
Yeah, something else that can help you along your spiritual path is repetition. So things that you're seeing all the time, like for example, numbers.
Yeah. Even
like,
colors. Like if a certain color pops out to you, like today I keep seeing a lot of red cards. Like if you know about color red in the root chakra, that has to deal with like living in scarcity, fear, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you need to work on your root chakra. Maybe you need to do some yoga, get out in nature, do things like that. Because that's like a sign from the universe. Look into the color red. Or if you keep seeing an animal or something like that just randomly pops up and stands out to you, like I always look up my spirit animal. I'm like, oh, I seen like a blue jay today. Let me go see what that represents. Like,
yeah.
So like that's a definite like another thing too. Repetition for sure.
Exactly. So you can always kind of search up the meaning of it. If you're seeing something all the time, that's definitely a sign that you need to look deeper into what it's trying to tell you, what's the meaning of it, what's going on in your life in that moment. Like, for example, for me, like I would always get 222 when I was in toxic relationships that just weren't meant for me. And twos to me is like balance. It's also partnerships. So it kind of is asking to take a deeper look into partnerships. So numbers is huge with repetitions. Like once you get one repetition, they just like keep
exactly
they just
100%.
keep going.
And I think that's why it's important to be like present and conscious and really practice being in the present moment, because when you are able to take a step back and see the patterns that are repeating in your life, you know, they're there for a reason. So if you can take a look at that and like you say, okay, every time I'm like in a bad relationship, I keep seeing 222. The fact that you're aware of that, now you're able to kind of like really tap into the divine and like kind of understand the message they're trying to send you. You kind of get more in tune with the universe. Because it'll come to everybody in different ways. You know, it may be different for me, it may be different for her, but the universe has its way to have a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that's super cool. Just really tapping in, getting connected with the creator and the source.
Yeah, exactly. So even other things, like for those of you who've had people that have passed on that can relate to me, they're always trying to get in touch with you. Your past ones are always trying to send you signs. And the good thing about it is that they try to repeat itself. Like even if you don't get it the first time, you're gonna get it the second time. If you don't get it the second time, you're gonna get it a third time. But eventually, you're gonna start to notice, like, hey, like I keep seeing this bird, or hey, like I keep getting this text message, or this saying. You keep seeing something.
You know what? Actually, it's crazy. It's like repeated lessons. Like even sometimes, like, okay, you may be in a relationship, you just got out of a relationship, but if you didn't learn that lesson in that relationship, you will meet somebody else and they will have kind of the same traits or the same characteristics, or you'll go through the same problems because maybe there's something in there that you have to learn first for you to evolve and to get to the next level. And the universe has its way of kind of doing that. It's like it'll repeat things in that way, where I've seen it so many times, especially being like a Leo and things like that. My lower self, I was always getting into arguments. I would lose so much friends. It would be the same argument because I was being so like narcissistic, or being such like in my ego and always trying to be about me, until I realized that I got to be more friendly. I got to be more open. I got to care about other people a little bit more. So I feel like a lot of lessons in the repetition as well.
Exactly. So that's something that you can look out for, because it's not just in relationships, it's anything in life. Like maybe you're in school and you're wondering how you can get to the next level, how you can get to better marks and stuff, but you keep doing the same thing. You're not studying, and you see all these signs like you're not doing well. That's repetitions itself. It's telling you need to do something different. There's some type of changes that need to happen. So repetitions is really like calling you out.
Exactly. It could be with anything. It could be to be more grounded, just to be more alert. Maybe you keep, like, I don't know, like you keep falling down the stairs, or you keep like hurting yourself, you're being clumsy, or you lose your keys a lot, you lose your wallet. Like those are just signs to be more present, be more conscious, so it can come in so many different ways, different forms.
Yeah, but repetitions is like the biggest way. It's like literally a mirror in your face. Like you're gonna be called out. If you keep seeing something, you need to find out exactly why it's happening, or use your intuition as well as to why things are repeating itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I think we were talking about time and divine timing and stuff like that. We have like another point we want to make is things happen at the perfect time. Everything is in divine time. So if you don't get that job you want, if you don't get that thing that you were aiming for, maybe it just wasn't your time. God's rejection is the universe's redirection. I think that's how the quote goes, something like that. But maybe it's not working out for you at that time because something better is coming, or maybe you have to grow and become a better person, or fix something in yourself first before you receive that gift or you receive that blessing. So never ever play the victim. Never feel like it's not working out for you, or the universe doesn't like you, or whatever. Everything happens in divine time.
Exactly. Divine timing is a real thing, because if you're not ready for something, then there's going to be delays, or there's going to be blockages because it's something that you can't handle at this moment, or there's a lesson you haven't learned yet, or it's just not the right timing because there's other factors, other people that are involved in the situation as well. So things happen at the right time, at the timing that it should. So a lot of my major accomplishments in my life, I've realized that it's happened at the perfect timing, not when I wanted it to happen, not when I believed or I thought that it should happen, or I was deserving that it should happen. It happened at the right timing. Like, for example, I was like in debt, and I was trying to manifest money into my life, and I kept doing it over and over, and then I was getting kind of agitated because I was wondering, why isn't it working? Because we're trying to
control it too much. When we try to control, that's when it's like the universe, like, oh, you don't want my help? You know what I'm saying? So it's when we surrender to the universe, I feel like that's when the universe is like, okay, now you're letting the divine, or you're letting me work and help you. Because if you're just doing it from a place of like, oh, I need to do this and it has to go this way, what if the universe didn't want it to go this way? They wanted you to have a bigger blessing, you know what I'm saying? But you're too stuck into how you want it to go, like, you know what I mean, in your way. So I feel like that's a lot of like a blockage that people have, is they try to push too much and not work with the creator. Because when you work with the creator and the source, it will just happen naturally, because you got to let like it work itself out. You know what I'm saying? There's so much going on in the world, and the universe will just drop little pieces and places and puzzles and all that in the right places for you. No,
but control is like a really big blockage, because You really need to get to a place where you can just go with the flow, because once you start to go with the flow, you put yourself in alignment with a vibration that you just allow things to come to you when it should be. And that kind of allows better things to come towards you as well when the timing is right. Because if you're trying to force something, then it's not going to work out the way that you thought it was, or it's going to be less. So being open and just allowing yourself to just go with the flow of things helps you to attract bigger or better things into your life. Something better.
Like, picture yourself, like, I heard this one too. This is a good one I'll share with you. So, like, if you want to be an actor, for example, like, say I want to be an actor, and I'm like, okay, I want to go to Hollywood. I want to do, like, I want to be in big movies. The universe is not going to say, okay, well, we're just going to drop someone in your life right now and you're going to get that phone call and it's going to go the way you want it. No, that's what the universe is going to do. It's going to make you maybe go through some kind of hard emotion where you feel hurt and now you got to cry a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make you go through an emotion where you're happy, where you get angry. It's going to put you through these different situations to build you to be that top performing actor, because if you didn't go through those emotions, you wouldn't know how to act it in, like, the movie or the real life. It wouldn't seem natural. So I feel like it builds you up. It starts to give you the tools and the blueprint first, and then the blessing comes after. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a good way to look at it too.
Exactly. And your higher self or the divine, there's always communication there to kind of give you hints that something is close or you need to work on something else in your life. Like, for example, through dreams, you can learn a lot of lessons through your dreams or vivid dreams. You can, if you have like a dream journal, you can write down your dreams, and if you do it more like long enough, then you can look back and see that there's a connection, or that you get a certain dream at a certain point in your life here. So, like, for example, I was trying to manifest money, right? So
and we all trying to manifest millions too.
So in my dream, I had a really vivid dream. I remember it like perfectly. I was on the rooftop. There was a pool, and I called a waiter over to order some food, and I looked down and there was a number 5 on my plate. And for some reason, like, it was just there. I had no reason for it, but after my dream, I felt like there was a meaning. There was something I had to do with that number 5. Like,
right.
It's a knowing. It's like an intuitive pull, which we're going to talk about next.
Yeah.
But basically, I went to buy a lottery ticket. Everything, I crossed off number 5, and I was in a really good mood because I believed in my soul that this dream was like showing me that this was a number, or this was a sign that I should go play the lottery. And I never do. And it turns out I actually won. It wasn't that big. It was like $100, but
Hey, it's little signs though.
Exactly.
Like, maybe it's just teaching you like how to use your dreams, you know what I'm saying? Because that was cool. If you've seen it in the dream and then it happened, it may be like a little sign to say, okay, yeah, keep paying attention to these dreams. I'm going to show you how to do it. Because that's cool. I used to smoke a lot of weed, and I quit actually because it was blocking my dreams. So since I've quit, I'm just now tapping into the dream realm and stuff like that. And it's really like, it's kind of cool to see how like just different dreams could be, and like the messages it sends and how it feels even and stuff like that. So definitely keeping a dream journal is like a good way to like tap into spirit and get messages and stuff like that. I gotta learn how to lucid dream because that would be super cool. I want to fly to like Egypt and all these different places.
Astral project.
Right? That's sick.
Yeah, but dreams are so important because it tells you a lot about yourself as well. So you can, if you're getting nightmares all the time, then it's kind of letting you know like there's something in your life that is causing you anxiety, or a person, place, or thing that's stressing you out. So you can take a look at that and kind of connect the dots that way, because if you're getting bad dreams all the time, then it's kind of telling you that there's something deeper going on a subconscious level.
100%.
Because your dreams are very connected to your subconscious, and your subconscious is like your inner feelings, how you really feel, because you can show up as like a completely different version of yourself, but through your dreams, it's really your subconscious like giving you messages, giving you signs about how you really feel about a situation, or signs that something is coming your way, something good is coming your way, or there's someone around you that isn't good for you. So dreams is like important to me. It's so important to me, and if you work with it more, then you can really connect to your intuitive
And I was gonna
side.
say that's like so true because like before when I used to always stress and think about money and have like these different worries and stuff like that, I'd always have like nightmares. But lately, since I've been like tapping into spirituality and raising my vibration, I literally like I never have nightmares anymore. Like all my dreams are good. I start to remember them. And it's just like, you know, it just kind of tells you about your vibe and how you feel about your life and your worries and things like that. I really believe that because it's just, the dreams are so powerful. They're so deep. And I really want to even tap into like lucid dreaming and stuff like that on like for real because it's just, I actually had my first lucid dream like a couple days ago. I'm literally sleeping on the couch and they tell you to remember to have a lucid dream, like do a dream check. They say to ask yourself in like real time, like, am I dreaming? Like right now, ask yourself, am I dreaming? And the more you do that, when you're actually in a dream, you're going to ask yourself, am I dreaming? And then boom, that moment you're going to be lucid because you're going to realize, shoot, I'm in a dream. Mm-hmm. And that's when you can kind of really, you know, tap into the messages. You could tap into so much things that you want to do. It's so cool. Lucid dreaming and dreams in general are just so important, like, you know, so it's a good thing on a spiritual level to kind of get into and pay attention to.
Yeah, exactly. And even when you're lucid dreaming, you can kind of control your dreams, and that's also a way of manifesting. Is your dreams is a way of manifesting itself. It can show you what you're manifesting in your life. So, but you really have to pay attention to whether something is a fear or whether it's manifestations or it's a normal dream, because it can get kind of tricky when you're trying to decipher what's just regular and what's like a sign. So that's why I say like keeping a dream journal and writing down your dreams. That's like a good way to kind of connect the dots and see what's good, like what's real. But again, like your dreams show you your fears, and your fears can be a blockage in your life to pursuing something that you really want to do. Exactly. So it's like letting you know, like, hey, this is a blockage in where you're trying to get in this position or career or in your finances or relationships, like something that keeps coming out. For like example, like you have a dream like you're getting cheated on, so that's a fear that's letting you know, especially if you wake up and you keep like thinking about it. It's not your intuition, it's actually your fear because you're thinking about it constantly.
So much, exactly. 100%.
Your intuition is it's quick.
And I like what you said about fear. Like, you know, fear does block everything. Like, I remember, shout out Ralph Smart because he's another spiritual YouTuber I watch, but Ralph Smart even said like fear is false evidence appearing real. And it's so true because everything that you want is on the other side of your fears and your dreams, you know what I'm saying? So like if you push past that, like you want to be an artist but you're scared of what people think, or you want to make music but you're scared of how people are going to perceive you and stuff, like if that's your calling, if that's your intuitive pull, what you're feeling, just break past that barrier. If you love it, make a couple songs, make a couple videos, make some art pieces or whatever it is, and you will just see, like I said earlier, your vibe attracts your tribe. You will see how just abundant and how much people like start to pull towards you because you're being your true self, you're being your highest self. But if you're at a job that you hate and it drains you every day, but you're doing it because you're scared of, oh, how am I going to pay my bills, how am I going to make money, you know what I'm saying, then you're doing it from a place of fear, then you're going to kind of put a block on yourself, and that's when you kind of feel stuck, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I feel like just pushing past your fears really will get you to that next place that you want to be.
Yeah, exactly. But also sometimes blockages can actually work out for you, because if there's a blockage, you're really trying to control something, again about the control, like that can be a blockage. But at the same time, I believe that certain things in your life, they happen for a reason. So sometimes maybe you didn't get this job because there's something better for you. So blocked paths is another way to kind of look back and realize, you can look back at your life and see, okay, what happened because I didn't get this, or what happened because this relationship didn't work out for me, and something better happens. Usually something good happens after you don't get what you want, because a loss is never a loss, it's actually a gain.
And most of our blockages, I feel like people like create them themselves, because we're like, in life you gotta just let it go and let it flow, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people, like, say they have a relationship and they know it's toxic, they know it's not working out for them, but they're so attached to this person that they're holding on so long and they're creating that block for themselves. And then the minute like they break up or something like that, there's so much blessings that just flow in, so much things that just flow in for them, but they were too busy holding on that they didn't see it earlier because they created that own block for themselves. They're getting in their own way, you know? So you got to just kind of let it go, surrender yourself to the universe sometimes, let it take you where you need to be, because it wants to see you succeed. You know what I'm saying? The divine is also always working with you.
Exactly. That's really true, because if you're unable to make some changes, then you're always going to stay in the same position. So if you're not seeing certain results, it's because there's something that needs to change. So that's another way that you can use blockages, or you can realize like something isn't working out because there's something that hasn't changed. You're something that you're doing could be very like stagnant or stubborn. Exactly. And it's blocking you from moving forward. So that kind of lets you know like maybe there's some changes that need to happen in your life in order for things to flow better.
Yeah. And if you think about it, who said it? Albert Einstein, I believe, said it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. So if you want change in your life, you have to embrace it. You have to change up your vibration. If you you're always listening to rap music, listen to some jazz, listen to something else, something a little bit classical. You know, if you don't go on nature walks, start getting out in nature. You know, don't stay home and play video games all day and watch Netflix and things like that. Change the vibe so you can start changing your energy, and then you'll start seeing change in your life. You know, you'll start attracting just a whole bunch of new things.
Exactly. Like just getting out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is huge. Like me as a tarot reader, like I literally think of like death card, which people are so scared to get, but it's actually a good thing, because endings can actually put you out of your comfort zone for new beginnings, new opportunities, and new blessings and more prosperity into your life. So getting out of your comfort zone is like a really good way to put you in a position to just experience more that life has to offer.
100%. I always say, get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's the best way to grow. Like, honestly,
exactly.
You notice like when even if you don't want to grow, sometimes the universe is going to kick your ass and make you grow. Like sometimes you'll get fired for no reason, or just shit just happens for no reason, that it makes you create that change, because sometimes people need that extra push. If you're not going to make it happen, sometimes the universe is gonna push you towards it, because we all got to grow. A caterpillar turns into a butterfly. You want to fly, you want to spread your wings. It has to be, you got to embrace that change. You can't just sit there and be stuck in the same person.
Exactly. Like transitions are always a part of life, and the more that you do it, the better, the easier it gets. So like there's this saying, it's do it scared. So if I never started my YouTube channel, I was so scared. Like the first video I ever did, I was like terrified, but I just told myself, you know what, like the right time is never gonna come, and I just need to do it. So I never really waited. I would always tell myself, actually, like, let me just wait until this happens, or like,
I know those, exactly.
But then I realized, you know what, it's never going to be the right timing. I just have to do it. And I realized that it comes from my fears. When I'm pushing something away, it comes from fears. So you have to like really look and just realize, like, do it scared. If you're not scared.
Yeah, 100%. No, I believe in. And like I said, fear is just the root of all the blockages that holds you back. You got to just embrace life, live life, and really make the best of it, because that's alchemy right there. Yeah, this is a sign. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this video right now, this is a sign that maybe you need to change something, or you just switch up your energy. Pay attention, be a little bit more intuitive, because there's signs all the time from the universe, and that's how we just stay connected. That's how we grow as people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But also, when you're going to make a decision, you can always check up on yourself, see how you're feeling, like listening to your intuition. So the last thing we want to talk to you guys about is intuitive pulls, which is basically you can just check up on yourself before making a decision. Like, yes, this makes me scared, but it feels right.
Exactly, and 100%. And I always go by like, there's only two-way energy works. It's positive or negative. It gives you more life, or it drains you. So if you're at a job that you don't like, or you're in a relationship that you don't like, or even like a place you're living in that you don't like, if it's draining you, then you know what I'm saying, it's not making you better. So you got to just create that change. Sometimes it's going to feel weird, and you're going to be fearful, but you have to just do the things that give you more life, you know what I'm saying, give you more energy. Everything's all energy and frequency. So that's really what it is, to be honest. And your intuitive pull, like on my awakening, I just had this calling where I felt like I'm learning so much information, I have to share it on YouTube. I have to share my knowledge, because it's just something I felt called to. Even though I was scared like you were, like my first video, if I look back now, I laugh all the time. I look so nervous. I'm standing there like this, like, I put like a little green screen in the background. It was so
Not the
funny.
green screen.
Yeah. So that's part of growth. And then you look back after and you're like, wow, like I came like a really long way. I really matured. I really grown, and I'm glad I took that first step. That's all it is.
Just trusting your gut instincts, because your gut is never going to lie to you. Like, what feels right to you is what you should do. So if you walk into a room and you realize like something doesn't feel right, then that's your intuition telling you that it's not a good place for you to be. And like if you're in a workplace where the energy is just off, if the people are just off, then it's kind of letting you know like, hey, this isn't the right position for you. There's something else for you, something better, where you're not feeling super anxious, because your anxiety can also sometimes be a sign that there's something going on here that you should explore more, something that's not really working for you, doesn't vibe with you. So just listening to your gut is kind of really important, because it can get you out of dangerous situations as well in your life, is just listening to your gut instincts. And sometimes it'll just be so strong that you just take action, but listening to your gut and practicing it over and over and over again is a great way to develop your intuition as well, because then the more as life goes on, you're going to be able to listen to your higher self more, and it's going to guide you into the path that you should be on. So listening to your feelings, that's the greatest way, is to kind of also see what you're manifesting into your life here through your intuition. So if you're always feeling low, you're in a low vibration, it's kind of hard to attract good things into your life, because you're always focused on the negative. So if you can focus on the positives and just kind of change that, then it helps you to be more grateful, and it can help you attract more things into your life by just being in a place of gratitude. And
100%. Gratitude's the attitude.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, to sum it all up, like, just take a look around you, because your inner world creates your outer world. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like what you see on your outer world, just pay attention to your thoughts, take a step back, and really be like, ask yourself, because this is what this video is about. Like, are you on the right path? Is this what I want to manifest in my life? Am I happy with where I am right now? And if you're not, then literally, then, you know, to start to create the change and pay attention to the signs, be open, surrender yourself to the universe. And I feel like, you know, you're always on the right path, no matter what, whatever you're going through. But wherever you are right now is just to build you up to where you want to be in the future. You know what I'm saying? Your highest self is always looking out for you. And that's how you know you're on the right path. Just all those signs and things that we listed is like the things you're going to go through, the feelings that you're going to experience, and everything will be blessed.
Exactly. So I just want to thank you for joining me on this
Thank
video.
you as well. It was a pleasure as well. We'll definitely do another video. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And by the way, for those of you who don't know, on my channel, she's actually a tarot reader. So if you guys are into tarot and stuff like that, her tarot is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, tarot is something I live by. I love the tool. Sometimes, like, even though I'm spiritual and I get signs all the time, being spiritual, you just want that confirmation. So sometimes I'll go and like watch tarot readings like nonstop. So check out her channel for sure. And go tap in. Holy, it's amazing. There's signs all over.
Exactly. And don't forget to check out his channel if you're looking for some extra motivation, you're feeling down in life. Like, he's just a burst of like energy, literally.
Thank you.
So high vibes. So if you just, he has a lot of knowledge to give, a lot of knowledge that he also teaches me as well. So I kind of learn off him too. So basically, check him out, because he has some really good content there, and it's really going to put you in an awakening process. It's going to open your eyes to a lot of different things that kind of relates to me.
Hey, and thank you guys for tuning in once again. I appreciate all of you guys, sending you love, light, energy, blessings, positivity. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
And if you like the video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And if it resonated with you, then you can also let us know, because I actually love to read the comments and see who it resonates with. And also, it's an energy exchange when we like the videos. So it's just our vibes coming onto you. So putting you also in a higher vibration. And yeah, thank you all for watching. And thank you for those that have already subscribed to this channel. I love you guys so much. It wouldn't be possible without you. And yeah.
Take care.